Namaste and welcome to this channel. In a recently posted video, I had talked about developing Alapana for Kalyani. In this video, we will look at developing Kalpana Swarams for Kalyani. A simple introduction. For a detailed discussion on Kalpana Swaram as a topic, you can look at the other video which I had posted earlier, which talks at length about various elements that go into Kalpana Swarams and how that should be structured, etc. So let us look at a Kalyani Kriti, Vasudevayani. The starting point is in Sa, Tarsai Sa. Sa, 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 ni, da, pa, Vasudevayani. So if that's the case, our ending note in our Kalpana Swaram will be a Ni or even Ri, but typically Ni works out fine. Suppose I were to sing the first Kalpana Swaram snippet, it will be a count of 5 ideally. Gamapadani Vasudevayani comes out pretty well. Now, to get Gamapadani, you have to understand where that Gamapadani starts in terms of talam point. Since it has 5 notes and the last beat has 4, so we need one more note from the previous beat. So looking at Adi Talam, it is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Now in this, the last beat we have 4. We need one from the previous beat. 1 2 3. Gamapadani Vasudevayani. Takita. Gamapadani Vasudevayani. Now of course the talam, you cannot start it like that. So the entire talam, if you were to show, it goes 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. It goes like that. Gamapadani Vasudevayani. Like that you can start constructing. Based on the total count, you should also know where to start the sequence in respect to the talam. Sarisa nisani dhani dapama gamapadani Vasudevayani. I use 16 notes. I use the 2 drutams only for this. Sarisa nisani dhani dapama gamapadani. If I do that, I use sarisa nisani dhani dapama. Dhani dapama is 5, gamapadani is 5. So we have got 5 plus 5, 10, plus sarisa nisani is 3 plus 3. So basically it becomes 16. So it can start it in the drutam itself. Sarisa nisani dhani dapama gamapa dhani vasudevayani. Like this you can develop sequences. Of course, the first skill to develop is to be able to sing as many combinations as possible using least number of notes. Ni ni sa sa ni ni sa ni ni sa sa ni sa ni ni sa ni ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa ni ni sa ni ni sa ni sa ni ni, whichever it is. So take a few notes and try to see how many combinations you can create. Then you can sing some sequences without worrying about the end point of the talam where you have to conclude it, because getting the sequences flowing is most important to start with. Then you can fix how to fit it with the talam and conclude it. Ni sa ni ni sa da ni da da ni ni pa da pa pa da da gama pa da ni Vasudevayani. Right? Ni sa ni sa ni sa da ni sa ni da ni pa da ni da pa da gama pa da ni Vasudevayani. These are very simple sequence repeating sequences. It's not a very complicated kanak by any means. You should always try to sing as many sarvalagu patterns as possible, and based on the ragam's characteristics, you can use janta prayogam, dhatu prayogams and so on. Kalyani being a sampurna ragam, you are actually able to use all these, Say for example, sa sa ri ri ga ga ma ga ga ma ma pa da da. So sa ma ga pa ma da pa ni da sa ni ri. So dhatu prayogams are also okay. But typically you should know how to sing lot of sequences within the talam framework without stopping or pausing. But you can use long notes, double notes and all those things. Pa 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 ma pa da pa ma ga ma pa da pa ma pa da ni da ni sa ni ri sa ni da ni sa ri sa ni da ni sa ri ga ri sa ni ri sa ni da pa ma ga ma pa da ni Vasudevayani. Nisa Dani Pada Mapa Gama Badani Vasudevayani. Nisa Tri Risani Sari Risani Sariga Risani Sagari Sani Risani Sani Dani Padani Vasudevayani. Right? All these you can practice and then bring in the talam point and see where it starts in the talam and so on. Gama Baba Mabada Badani Ni Dani Sa Sani Sari Ni Sani Dabama Gama Badani Vasudevayani. Finally, of course, it's customary to do a concluding korvai, though the old timers, the great Vidwans of yesteryears, rarely used any complicated mathematical patterns in conclusion. But that has become very much the norm today. So much so that if the musician doesn't conclude with a complex mathematical pattern, the typical listener is not impressed in terms of the knowledge of the musician, perhaps. So we'll show some simple kanakas for that as well. Let's take this as be, of course, suffixed to a long sequence of Sarvalagu typically. We will conclude by showing a couple of examples of some very simple calculation or repeating patterns, or kanaka as they call it, that can be used to conclude the Kalpana Swarams sequence. First one, let's take a sequence of 9 into 3, 7 into 3 and 5 into 3. What does it mean? Gari gari sani da risa risa ni da basa ni sani da bama. That is basically 9 into 3. Gari is 4, gari sani da is 5. So similarly, risa risa ni da pa is 9. Again, sani da bama is also 9. So 9 into 3, 27. Then gari sani da re sani da basa ni da bama is 7 into 3, which is 21. Then gari sani da re sani da pa gama badani would be 5 into 3, which is 15. If you add all this up, 27 plus 21 plus 15, it comes to 63. Now, a single cycle of talam, that is one avartanam of talam, gives us 8 into 4, 32 notes. So, if we do twice, the avartanam twice, we have 64 notes, but we need only 63. So, we need to skip just one note at the start of the avartanam and the rest of the things will fall in place. I'll show it how it can be done. I'm skipping just one note at the start. Gari gari sani da re sa ni da ba sa ni sani da ba ma gari sani da re sani da ba sa ni da ba ma gari sani da re sani da ba ga ma ba da ni Vasudevayani. So just one note is skipped at the beginning. Gari gari sani da re sani da ba sa ni sani da ba ma gari sani da re sani da ba sa ni da ba ma gari sani da re sani da ba ga ma ba da ni Vasudevayani. One more example. Take this sequence. Gari sani da re sani da pa ma ba da ni sa. Now gari sa ni da, each note is of duration 3. Gari sa. So I'm using 5 notes. Gari sa ni da. So that becomes 3 into 5. Then gari sa ni da is gari sa ni da. So it is 6. Re sa ni da pa. That's also 6. Ma pa da ni sa is 5. Ma pa da ni sa. So the total becomes 3 into 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5, which is 32. So it actually matches one avartanam of the talam itself, adi talam itself. So let's see how it can be done. Gari sa ni da re sa ni da pa ma pa da ni sa re sa ni da pa re sa ni da pa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa re ga ma pa so re ga ma pa da ga ma pa da ni Vasudevayani. I'll do one more repetition of this. ga ri sa ni da ga ri sa ni da pa ma ba da ni sa ri sa ni da pa ri sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa re ga ma pa sa re ga ma pa re ga ma ba da ni Vasudevayani. These are very simple examples, of course. You can listen to many live renderings of musicians and you can find a lot of examples of complex patterns that are sung. You can develop your own patterns by using these basic techniques. Hope this gave you an introduction to singing Kalpana Swarams in Kalyani. Happy learning and namaste.